My beloved child, can you feel its heft in the air? The echo of something greater calling your name. This isn't just a message, it's a lifeline. The world has spun too vast, you've lost your grip, but I am here, now to remind you of your anchor. You were made for more, and if you stay with me till the final word, you'll begin to remember every second you've lived has led to this very point. Don't turn away now, not when the truth is this close. I have something to show you that will change everything. Stop everything and listen. You are not watching this by accident. You did not stumble here. I brought you to this moment because heaven is holding its breath over what is about to shift in your life. You feel the weight, the pressure, the silence that stretches too long. But this is not collapse. It is the tension before the breaking. I tell you now, if you walk away before the end, you may miss the moment I invade your situation. There is a sound rising in the spirit, a crack forming in the wall that once confined you. The shift is closer than you think, and this word is the confirmation your soul has been crying for. Do not scroll past. Do not mute what I am trying to magnify. Stay with me. Watch until the very last word. This message carries keys, and one of them was made for your prison. What you are about to hear will not just speak to you. It will unlock something in you. So I command you, do not look away. Do not click away. Do not let this moment pass, because what you feel pressing now is about to break. My child, I see the weight pressing upon your soul like a mountain of silence, like clouds swelling with thunder that never seems to break. You have stood in this place, still and stretched, aching in the unseen, whispering, "How long, Lord?" And I have heard you, not once, but every time. I have watched as you waited, as your spirit trembled beneath the strain, as the world around you moved on, and you wondered why the sky above you stayed quiet. But hear me now, for I am not silent out of distance. I am silent because I'm preparing the ground beneath your feet for something that has never broken open before. Let me show you the truth. Before every miracle, there is a moment that feels like stillness, a pressure that feels unbearable, a silence that echoes louder than thunder. I do not send the storm to destroy you. I allow the tension to build because I am stretching your spirit to hold something greater. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. I am not absent. I am drawing near in ways you cannot yet perceive. You are standing on the edge of something holy. You are not abandoned, you are being aligned. Breathe with me now. Let every breath be a declaration of surrender. Do not interpret the strain as a sign that I have forgotten you. I have not forgotten. I have carved your name into my palm. I have encircled your life with my promise. I have numbered the hairs on your head and the tears you have cried in secret. Do not let your soul be shaken by what you cannot see. Instead, lift your eyes, lift your head. Look not at the winds, but at my eyes. I am here, standing beside you in this holy pause, whispering, wait, not yet, but soon. Stand in the tension. Do not run from it. Let it break open something in you that striving never could. Let it stretch your faith. Let it widen your vision. Let it purify your motives. I am preparing to entrust you with more, and the weight of my glory requires foundations that will not crack under pressure. You were never meant to carry this alone. Give me your questions. Give me your exhaustion. Give me the ache you dare not say aloud. And when you do, you will feel the shift begin, not in the world around you, but in the still center of your soul, where my voice speaks loudest. Come closer. Lean in. The silence you fear is holy ground. The stillness is sacred. Do not fear the moment before the break. This is where your spirit is tempered. This is where the roots grow deep. This is where you become unshakable. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And soon what has pressed upon you will split open with my power, and the glory that comes will make the waiting worthwhile. Hold fast. Wrap yourself in my presence. Let my peace become your strength. What feels unbearable now is about to break, and when it does, it will not just release you, it will reveal you. The heavens are stirring. The pressure is reaching its divine threshold. The breaking is not far off, it is near. Be still and know this. You are standing on holy ground, and I am about to move. The power of your cry. My beloved, you have cried in places no one else could see. Pillows soaked, hands clenched, eyes lifted in wordless ache. But hear me now. Not a single tear has fallen unnoticed. I have gathered them all in my bottle. Every drop is a testimony of your journey. Every sob, an offering that reaches the throne of the Almighty. Your pain has not been wasted. Your whispers in the darkness have shaken the heavens. I have heard your cry more clearly than you know. You must understand, I do not delay because I am distant or disinterested. I delay because I work in perfection. I wait because I am weaving things far beyond what your eyes can perceive. You have asked, God, why the silence? But my silence is not abandonment. It is orchestration. I have dispatched angels on your behalf. I have commanded my messengers to war for your destiny. The heavenly host has not been idle. The sound of your voice set movements in motion that cannot be reversed. Lift up your voice again. Let your prayers rise not as rituals, but as declarations. Speak boldly, for I respond not to form, but to faith. I am stirred by hunger, not by habit. When you groan with desperation, when you tremble with trust, the earth beneath you may feel still, but the realm above you trembles with motion. I do not ignore the ache of my children. I answer from eternity, bending time and space to deliver what is best when it is best. Cry out to me again, not in fear, but in expectation. Your prayer is not lost in the void. It is a seed planted in holy soil, a key turning a divine lock. I have counted your sighs. I have tracked every sleepless night. You think you have been forgotten, but in truth you have been marked. And in the quiet hour when the world sleeps, I lean close and whisper, I am here. Now listen. Listen not with ears only, but with spirit. The cry of the righteous is never in vain. The break you seek begins with your voice. So lift it. Raise your hands and summon heaven's host. Call forth what has been delayed. Declare your inheritance. For even now the walls are beginning to tremble, the ground to stir, and what once resisted you is starting to give way. You have reached heaven with your cry, and I have not turned away. I am responding, and my response will not be empty. It will be full of power, full of promise, full of fire. The heavens are open. Keep crying, keep believing, keep pressing. Your voice moves the heart of God, and I am moving in return. The holy fall and divine interruption. My child, I see the trembling in your soul, the moment when your grip loosens and the ground feels like air beneath your feet. You have thought that faith means strength, but let me teach you its true form. Faith does not always roar. Sometimes it shivers. Sometimes it walks with knees that shake. Sometimes it leaps when it cannot see the landing. And I want you to know, I call it holy. You feel like you are falling, and you wonder if you have missed me. But I am the God who stands at the edge of the unknown and calls you forward. I am the hand that steadies even when the path disappears. Do not fear the fall. What you call falling is the step I invited you to take. And when you let go, when your feet leave the ground of certainty, you fall not into chaos but into me. Let go now. Let go of what you cling to in fear. Let go of the plans that have grown stale, of the expectations that bind, of the image you think you must uphold. Surrender is not failure, it is flight, and I am the wind beneath your surrender. I catch what no man can save. I restore what breaks. I resurrect what dies in your hands. You have trusted me before, but now I ask for deeper trust. I ask for trust when you cannot trace me, when you cannot predict me, not when you do not understand. I do not require your understanding. I require your belief. And if you feel the fall, do not resist it. Dive into it. I am waiting there, arms wide, heart open, ready to carry you into the next chapter. You are not alone in this free fall. You are not adrift. You are transitioning from striving to soaring. And though your mind may scream for safety, your spirit is learning to fly. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me prove myself not just as your guide, but as your rescue. Let what breaks in your hands be reborn in mine. I do not let things die unless resurrection is near. So breathe, jump, and trust. The fall is not the end, it is the door. And when your feet finally touch ground again, it will not be the same earth you knew. It will be new ground, promised ground, holy ground. You are not losing control, you are finding me. You have wondered why the breakthrough delays, why doors remain unopened, why answers seem suspended in air. But I tell you now, the delay is not denial, it is a battlefield. And the war is not against flesh and blood, my child. It is not in the realm of man, but in the unseen. You wrestle not against circumstances, but against powers that fear what I am about to birth in you. I have armed you for this. I have clothed you in spiritual armor, not as decoration, but as preparation. Your waiting has been war. Your silences have been strategy. Your persistence has been prophecy. I have trained your hands for battle. You are not weak. You are a warrior hidden in plain sight. And though you do not see the full conflict, know this, you are not fighting alone. I have sent reinforcements. My angels stand around you like fire. You may not see them, but they encircle your home, your heart, your future. What seems quiet is not still. Heaven is moving. The darkness has resisted. Yes, the opposition is real. But I am not absent. I am engaged in every moment, commanding heaven's host on your behalf. Stand firm now. Do not surrender ground. Do not speak defeat when victory is written. Do not doubt what I have already declared. Stand in my name, speak my word. Wield the sword of truth. Declare my promises aloud. Your words are not empty, they are weapons. Your praise is not passive, it is warfare. Your faith is not fragile, it is fire. Though the night is thick with resistance, know this, my voice still echoes. My light still pierces. My power still breaks. And right now, something is breaking in the unseen. You may not feel it yet, but it is shifting. Chains are loosening. Barriers are falling. Walls are trembling. Because when I declare war on what opposes you, there is no force in hell that can hold you back. Do not be discouraged by what you cannot see. This battle is holy. This struggle is sacred, and it is already turning. I have spoken in your name in the throne room. I have released orders from the courts of heaven. You are not routed. You are a warrior. Now rise, take your place. Lift your eyes to the hills. Call on the name that conquers every foe. This war is mine, and I never lose. You will see what is invisible made manifest. What once blocked you will become your testimony. Stand still. Hold the line. Something is breaking even now, my child. The waiting is not wasted. I know what the waiting has cost you. I have watched you trace the same path again and again, wearing grooves into the floor of your faith. You have held your breath in hope and exhaled in silence, wondering if I forgot the sound of your voice. But hear me, I have not turned away. I have not delayed out of cruelty, but out of a desire to give you more than you asked for. You see the seconds passing. I see roots growing beneath the surface, unseen yet essential. Your timing is urgent. Mine is eternal. While you measure moments, I measure readiness. What you call stagnation, I call strengthening. Do not misinterpret my patience as apathy. I am not slow but intentional. I am aligning the pieces, shaping the stage, preparing the soil. If I sent the blessing before its time, it would collapse under the weight of your longing. But because I love you, I wait. Because I desire fullness, I pause. And in the waiting, I invite you deeper. Stop running ahead in thought. Be still in heart. Let my presence settle the chaos of your mind. I do more in your stillness than you could accomplish in a lifetime of striving. The sacred pause is not punishment. It is preservation. It is the gentle hand of your Father placing strength where you thought weakness had won. It is my whisper over your weary soul saying, "Not yet, because what is coming is holy." Let the waiting become worship. Let each delay become a declaration of trust. You are not behind, you are in rhythm with heaven. I have not forgotten what I promised you. I do not misplace destinies or miscalculate futures. What I began in you I will bring to completion. Not almost, not partially, but fully. The weight is not wasted. It is watering what I have planted. The deeper the roots, the greater the fruit. You must stop fearing what time seems to steal. I redeem every moment surrendered to me. I take what looks like delay and turn it into destiny. You thought you were losing ground, but you were being anchored. You assumed you were stuck, but I was building a foundation for elevation. Trust what I am doing behind the veil. Trust the architect when you cannot yet see the structure. I have not abandoned the blueprint of your life. So breathe, lean into me. Let patience rise in you like a holy tide. Let expectancy replace exhaustion. I am not idle. I am moving within you, shaping endurance, refining faith. You are closer to the break than you realize. The moment of release will come swiftly like lightning from a clear sky. And when it does, the weight you carried will become wings. Hold on. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting in me. The breaking point as transformation. You feel the tension building, do you not? The moment where strength falters, where the internal scaffolding of your will begins to tremble. You whisper that you are near the end, that you cannot hold on much longer. But hear me now. The end of your strength is the beginning of mine. When your capacity collapses, my glory steps in. I allow the breaking not to destroy, but to redefine. You have reached a holy threshold. This pressure, this unraveling of control, is not chaos. It is transformation. What feels like falling apart is actually coming together. I am stripping what was temporary to reveal what is eternal. You prayed for change, and now the shaking has come, not to harm you, but to release what was never meant to stay. Your breaking point is not your ruin. It is the moment I step in and rebuild. Lift your eyes from the rubble. See me standing beside you, not with judgment, but with purpose. I am not startled by your collapse. I anticipated it. I planned for it. And I have the materials of resurrection in my hands. Where others see a mess, I see a miracle in motion. You are not broken beyond repair. You are broken open for renewal. Come now, surrender with grace. Offer me your shattered places. I do not discard what is marred. I reshape it. I pour living water through vessels that leak because they no longer depend on themselves. From what has broken will flow rivers of life. The world may see failure, but I see the soil of future strength. What crushed you today will become the altar of your testimony tomorrow. Let me transform your pain into power. Let me speak over the pieces and breathe new design into your days. This turning point feels like devastation, but I am planting revelation. You have cried, yes, but not in vain. Those tears are soaking the ground for resurrection. I will not waste a single drop. Trust me to rebuild. Trust me to realign what was bent out of shape. Trust me to elevate what was buried in despair. The turning point is here, and it bears my fingerprints. You will rise from this not with the same name, but with new authority. You will walk forward with scars that shine with purpose. Nothing was wasted. Not the fight, not the failure, not the fall. I am working, and this is your shift. Breaking chains and finding freedom. There are prisons you have walked in so long you stopped seeing the bars. Patterns inherited, fears adopted, lies spoken over you that took root like thorns. But I have come to remind you, bondage is not your birthright. Freedom is your inheritance. I am the God who breaks chains, not mends them. I do not negotiate with captivity. I will shatter it. You were never meant to carry the weight of what was passed down, the generational battles, the unspoken shame, the spiritual paralysis. I see it all, and I declare now enough. I am the chain breaker, the curse shatterer, the deliverer, the dispenser. What held your bloodline captive will not pass into your future. I stand in the middle of your family line and issue a decree. No more. Step into my power. Lift your eyes from the prison walls and dare to believe that I can tear them down. You have adapted to the dungeon, but I never called you to survive. I called you to conquer. Chains may clatter, but they cannot outlast my voice. When I speak, they break. When I move, they shatter. What has wrapped around your identity like a noose is now meeting my sword. Cry out to me. Let your voice rise like a war cry. Midnight is the hour of deliverance. Ask Paul. Ask Silas. They sang and the earth responded. I still shake foundations. I still open locked doors. I still send earthquakes of mercy. And I am about to send one for you. Let go of your allegiance to fear. Break agreement with the lies that said this is just how life will be. I do not just offer better circumstances, I offer total liberation. What you thought would always bind you is now trembling at the presence of the one who bled to make you free. I see every invisible chain, and I will not rest until you walk unbound. The chains break when your faith awakens. So rise in belief, rise in defiance against everything that whispered, you cannot change, because you can, because I will, because this is your exodus. What was hidden is being exposed. What was binding is being broken. What was dead is rising. You are not who your past tried to name you. You are who I declare you to be. Free, chosen, powerful, redeemed. And from this moment forward, you will walk differently. You will speak with authority. You will pray like one who knows deliverance. I am the God who breaks chains, and I declare yours are falling now. Surrender and restoration. My child, I know the pressure you feel to be whole, to always appear strong, composed, in control. But listen carefully, because I am speaking directly to your heart now. What I desire most is not your perfection, but your surrender. I do not seek the vessel polished by pride. I seek the vessel willing to be broken, so I may pour into it something divine. Breakthrough does not come by human strategy, nor by the flexing of your will. It comes through the yielding of your soul to the holy process of being undone in my presence. You have hidden your pain beneath layers of self-reliance, afraid that brokenness would disqualify you. But what if I told you that it is the very thing that invites me to draw near? I am close to the brokenhearted. I rescue those crushed in spirit, not because they have failed, but because they have made room for me. When your heart cracks open, my light floods in. When your defenses fall, my love builds new strength. Let yourself be broken before me, not in shame, but in holy reverence. Let every shattered expectation, every dream deferred, every scar from battles long fought, be laid at my feet. I am not repelled by your damage. I am drawn to it. I make beauty from ashes, not in their absence, but through their transformation. I rebuild with the debris others discard. I redeem the moments you thought were lost. But you must come to me, not as the one who has it all together, but as the one who needs everything I am. Do not confuse brokenness with defeat. The world tells you to hide your wounds. I tell you to offer them. The enemy tells you that pain disqualifies you. I tell you it is a sign that the breakthrough is near. You will rise, not in spite of your brokenness, but because of it. I will use what humbled you to lift others. I will take your fractured places and turn them into fountains of healing. I will turn your confession into a conduit of my power. Let me remove what pride has protected. Let me dismantle what fear has guarded. I do not force the door open. I wait for your surrender. Will you let me in? Will you yield what still clings to your control? I am not asking you to fix yourself. I am asking you to fall into me. Let my hands shape you anew. Let my spirit rebuild what was lost. Let my love heal what years of striving could not mend. You are not too scarred. You are not too flawed. You are not too broken to be used. In fact, it is your very willingness to be broken that qualifies you, because only what is broken can be made new, and only those who bow before me can be lifted in my strength. Come now, lay down your pride, your resistance, your self-made image. Let me do the breaking that heals. Let me do the wounding that brings wonder. Let me lead you into a breakthrough that only brokenness can unlock. The sacred shake and divine interruption. You felt the tremors beneath your feet, the instability rising in things you thought were permanent. Systems you relied on are shifting, relationships are being tested, plans you clung to are unraveling, and you ask, "Why now, Lord?" But I tell you, my child, I am shaking everything that can be shaken, not to harm you, but to reveal what is unshakable. I am not tearing down to destroy. I am shaking to establish what is true, eternal, and rooted in me. This shaking is not random. It is sacred. It is strategic. It is divine destruction, designed to dismantle everything that stands in the way of your destiny. I am not interested in building on sand. I require rock beneath your feet. And so I shake, I stir, I unsettle. I move through the foundations of your life to reveal where your trust lies. Not because I want you afraid, but because I want you free. Let go of what trembles in your hands. Stop clutching what cannot last. I am removing what was temporary, what was never meant to define you. You thought the collapse meant failure, but it meant formation. The earthquake you fear is me making room. I am exposing false comforts, unstable hopes, illusions of control. Let them fall, let them crumble. What remains after the shaking will be real, will be rooted, will be mine. You are not being punished, you are being purified. You are not being destroyed, you are being distinguished. This shaking is a mark of my favor, not my rejection. It means I have called you into something unmovable. I am forging a faith that will not falter. A life built on me cannot be toppled, even when everything else falls. Trust in what I build, not in what you have built. Now is the time to realign, reprioritize, return to the heart of what matters. Let my word be your anchor. Let my spirit be your compass. Let my presence be your refuge. I am not distant in the quake. I am at its center, orchestrating a divine reconstruction that will leave you stronger than before. Everything that shakes must serve the unshakable kingdom I am planting in you. Do not run from the trembling ground. Stand firm. Plant your feet in my truth. Look around you. What is breaking is not your security. It is your false shelter. And once the dust settles, you will find yourself standing taller, seeing clearer, breathing freer. The storm has a purpose, the shaking has an assignment, and you, my child, are right where I want you to be, in the middle of my movement. You had a plan, did you not? You had mapped out the path, set your steps, made your timeline, and then without warning, the path shifted. The doors you were sure would open slammed shut. The opportunities you counted on evaporated. The schedule you created was torn from your hands, and you asked, Lord, why this detour? But I tell you now, this is not a detour, this is a divine interruption. And where I interrupt, I also redirect. I do not restrain for sport. I intervene to preserve, to protect, to promote. You saw the delay. I saw the danger. You felt the denial. I saw the deception you could not perceive. My no was not rejection. It was rescue. My redirection was not to rob you, but to reroute you to something higher. I interrupt to align you with the destiny you would not have reached on your own. Yield to my guidance. Trust that the path I am clearing is the one I designed from the beginning. What you call closed is simply what I will not allow to corrupt your future. What you call lost is what I removed so your hands would be free to receive something greater. I know the full landscape. I see where your plan ends in compromise, where your ambition veils danger. So I step in, and when I do, it is mercy. Stop mourning what I interrupted. Do not build altars to missed opportunities. You are not being robbed. You are being rerouted. Every interruption is infused with my purpose. Every unexpected turn has my fingerprints. Every closed door is a setup for the one I open by my own hand. And when I open it, no one will shut it. When I lead, no one will misguide you. Now is the moment to release your grip on how you thought life would go. Lay your plans on the altar. Let me burn away what will not carry my glory. I promise you, my plan is not lesser, it is lasting. My direction is not a detour, it is destiny. What I have for you will not require manipulation, striving, or compromise. It will come with peace, clarity, and my unmistakable favor. Lift your eyes, let the disappointment dissolve. I am not leading you into confusion. I am guiding you into alignment. My ways are not your ways. My timing is not your timing, but my plan is perfect. And where I interrupt, I also impart. Where I break, I also bless. Let me lead. Let me write. Let me take the pen and author the next chapter. It will be better than you imagined, I promise. Desperation and birthing. I have heard the cry beneath your breath. The one so raw it bypassed your lips and reached my heart before it found words. You think desperation is weakness, but I see it differently. Desperation is the sound of a soul that refuses to settle. It is not defeat. It is determination dressed in brokenness. It is the refusal to let go of me, even when you do not understand what I am doing. That cry, my child, moves me more than flawless prayers ever could. You have been taught to be composed, to present me your strength. But I do not seek polished performance. I respond to the trembling voice that says, I cannot unless you come. Desperation is the soil from which deliverance rises. I am drawn to the heart that holds on when all else falls away. I listen most intently when the voice is shaking and the heart is stripped bare of pretense. So cry out to me, not with formality, but with fervor, not with performance, but with passion. I am not far when you age. I am near, closer than your own breath. The veil between heaven and your situation is thinner than you think. I am not waiting for perfection. I am waiting for your persistence. Press past the surface. Come boldly to me, not with fear but with audacity. It is the bold who take hold of heaven. I never ignore hunger. I never overlook the one who knocks until their knuckles bleed. Your cry is not annoying me. It is inviting me. Your persistence is not exhausting me. It is opening the heavens. When you lift your voice from a place of spiritual hunger, I answer in fire. I move mountains for the desperate. I bend the rules of nature for those who refuse to let go of my robe. I am not looking for safe prayers. I am looking for surrender so deep that you are willing to be undignified to be delivered. You do not need eloquence. You need honesty. Tell me what you truly feel. Pour out every fear, every plea, every question you buried. I can handle it. I want to handle it. The cry you thought went unnoticed has already rippled through the heavens. Angels have stood at attention. The ground has begun to tremble. The delay is ending. Not because you have performed well, but because you have cried out from your core. I see you. I hear you. I am responding. Keep pressing. Do not pull back when it gets harder. Lean in. That cry in your spirit is the sound of birthing. Something is being formed in the fire of your desperation. Soon, very soon, what you groaned for in the dark will rise in the light. Keep crying. Keep contending. The sound of your desperation has reached me, and I am moving. Resurrection and new life. You thought it was over. You placed the dream in the ground, covered it in silence, and walked away. Not because you lacked love for it, but because hope felt too heavy to carry. But I never told you it was dead. I watched as you buried it, and I whispered to the soil, I am not finished yet. You did not plant failure. You planted a future. And what was buried in grief is preparing to break forth in glory. Seeds must break before they bloom. Dreams must rest before they rise. What you buried with trembling hands was not the end. It was a beginning disguised as loss. I have not forgotten what you sowed in faith. I saw the tears that watered the ground. I heard the prayers you whispered while covering the dream with dirt. And I promise you, nothing planted in faith is ever wasted. Nothing buried in hope is ever lost. This is the season where buried things come back to life. This is the moment where the grave cannot hold what I have called forth. I am the God of resurrection. I speak to dry bones and call them into armies. I speak to sealed tombs and call the dead out walking. I will speak to your buried hopes and they will awaken. not in the form you left them, but in the form I always intended. Stop mourning what I am about to resurrect. Wipe the dirt from your hands and prepare to receive again. I am not just reviving the old, I am birthing something new. What once felt like failure is about to flourish. The time of dormancy is ending. The silence is cracking. The roots have reached depth. Now the breaking begins. Not a breaking apart, but a breaking open. You must believe me when I say that I have not abandoned what you entrusted to me. Even when you stopped believing in the dream, I never did. Even when you grieved the loss, I planned the harvest. And now you must prepare to see life where you thought only death remained. This is your moment of reawakening. Do not harden your heart with cynicism. Do not let past disappointment talk you out of present promise. What I have ordained cannot be buried forever. Come to the field again. Look with eyes of faith. Feel the ground trembling beneath your feet. Life is rising. Purpose is pushing through. Glory is reaching toward the surface. Your dream is not just alive. It is ready. It is ready to rise. What was buried in darkness will break forth in light, and it will declare to the world that I am the God who finishes what I start. The sound of breakthrough. Before a storm rolls in, there's a shift in the air. Before the rain falls, there's a scent carried on the wind. And before the breakthrough, there is a sound, a spiritual stirring, a whisper in the unseen. I want you to listen closely, because the atmosphere is changing. The sound of movement is rising. The cry of birthing is intensifying. I am speaking not in thunder, but in the subtle tremor of the Spirit. Do you hear it? You must train your ears for more than noise. Listen beyond the chaos beneath the surface of routine. I am speaking in layers. I am signaling shifts through whispers and wonders. Elijah heard rain before there was a cloud. His spirit caught the sound before his eyes saw the sign. That is the realm I am calling you into, the place where faith hears what sight cannot yet confirm. Position yourself, lean into my voice, turn down the volume of fear, mute the noise of the world, tune your heart to my frequency. The sound of breakthrough does not come through volume, it comes through alignment. It is not always loud, but it is always clear. When I speak, the soul knows. When I move, the atmosphere testifies. The sound precedes the shift. I am sounding the alarm in the spirit. I am awakening those who will hear before they see. I am calling forth those who move not by what is visible, but by what is declared. Listen carefully. There is a frequency of faith, a rhythm of release, a note that only the Spirit can catch, and it is being played now. Prophets hear it. Intercessors feel it. Dreamers wake up to it. It is not hype, it is holy. The sound is not random, it is revelation. It is the signal that heaven is engaging the earth. And when you catch it, respond. Speak my word. Move in obedience. Do not hesitate. The sound is the summons. I never speak without purpose. I never stir without intent. If you hear me now, it means I am moving now. Align with it. Agree with it. Declare what you hear until you see what I have said. This is a sacred moment. A divine frequency is filling the air. Those who listen will move. Those who respond will see. Those who act on the whisper will walk into wonders. And if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. You are hearing it for a reason. I am bringing your spirit into sync with my sound, and what begins as a whisper will soon shake the earth. Listen closely. Your breakthrough has a sound, and it is rising, breaking resistance. You faced barriers that would not budge, walls that refused to crack, situations that pushed back with unrelenting force. You stood with faith, but the resistance did not yield. You pressed with prayer, but the door stayed closed. And in the quiet of your struggle you wondered, why will this not break? But hear me now. I have not left you at the mercy of what defies you. I have seen the resistance, and I am about to turn it into release. You must understand this. When Pharaoh hardened his heart, it was not because I lacked power. It was because I was setting the stage for something greater. The resistance you face is not an obstacle I cannot overcome. It is a canvas upon which I will display my glory. I have allowed the tension not to break you, but to reveal my hand in undeniable power. What stands in your way now will soon serve as the testimony of what could not stop you. Do not shrink back. Refuse to interpret resistance as a sign to retreat. Instead, plant your feet in faith and lift your eyes to heaven. The hand that formed mountains has already touched your situation. The word that called stars into being has already spoken over your future. What feels immovable is about to yield, not to your might, but to mine. Release is not far off. It is already in motion. The grip of what has held you is weakening. The chains that clung so tightly are loosening. I am the one who speaks, and the winds obey. I am the one who parts seas with a breath, and I am the one now breaking open what stood locked for far too long. You will not be stuck in this forever. I am shifting the ground beneath the resistance, undermining its foundation until it crumbles under my command. Step into alignment with my timing. Speak my promises aloud. Declare that the delay is over. Prophesy to the door. Decree over the resistance. My word is like fire, like a hammer that shatters stone. When you release what I have declared, heaven echoes, and what once stood firm begins to shake. Your breakthrough is not waiting for more effort. It is waiting for divine agreement. You are not powerless. You are positioned. I have trained your hands for this moment. I have given you the authority to speak, to bind, to loose, to declare release over everything that dared to hold you back. Walk forward. Press again. This time the resistance will break. This time what gripped you will let go. This time the heavens are leaning in to release what has been held up. Watch closely. The very thing that resisted you will turn and bless you. The situation that mocked your faith will soon bow to my intervention. I will not let you be bound where I have declared freedom. The time of resistance is ending. The release has begun. Glory in the breaking. You have endured much, and at times it seemed it was all for nothing. You have walked through seasons where pain felt louder than purpose, where trials shouted louder than truth. But listen now, none of it has been in vain. What looked like the undoing of your story is actually the unfolding of mine. I have used the breaking to make space for my glory. You were never created to carry the weight of your own strength. The moment your abilities ran dry was the very moment my presence stepped in with power. My glory shines brightest in your weakness. It does not wait for perfection. It thrives in surrender. When you come to the end of yourself, you step into the fullness of who I am. What broke you has become the altar upon which I will release something eternal. Not just healing, not just breakthrough, but a revelation of my nature that could only come through pain. I am not the author of your suffering, but I am the redeemer of every moment within it. The fire you passed through did not consume you, it refined you. The waters that overwhelmed you did not drown you, they cleansed and carried you. Let me pull back the veil. Let me show you the beauty rising from the ashes. Let me turn what the enemy meant for harm into the stage for my goodness. The world will see not your fall, but your rising, not your scars alone, but the light pouring from them. I will take your weakest place and make it a wellspring of grace. I will use what was meant to silence you as the platform from which your voice will roar with purpose. You do not have to make sense of it all. You do not have to find meaning in every wound. Just give me what remains and I will make it glorious. I do not waste, I do not forget, I do not overlook the ones who endure the fire with faith. I honor the broken ones who say, "Still, I will trust," and I crown those who worship through their weeping. The break was never about punishment, it was preparation. I allowed it so you could carry my presence, not just for yourself, but for others. Your story will not end in despair, it will blaze with light. The places you thought were disqualified will be the very places my glory rests. Come now, Stand in the center of your story, not with shame, but with boldness. The cracks in your heart will shine like stained glass, and through them I will illuminate the world. What once looked like defeat will soon declare my glory to everyone watching. They will see it was never about your story alone. It was about mine being revealed in you. This is the turning point. What I have to say next will shift how you see everything that has happened. If you walk away now, you may never understand the beauty I have hidden in the breaking. I would mourn to see you pause when heaven is holding its breath to reveal glory. Do not silence this moment with distraction. Remain with me. I am still speaking. The labor of destiny. You have groaned in silence. You have trembled beneath the pain of pressure, and you have wondered if anything could come from it except exhaustion. But hear me now. What you have carried in brokenness, what you have nurtured in hiddenness is not in vain. You are not collapsing. You are growing. The pain you feel is not your end. It is the beginning of something holy. You are in labor, and something is about to be born. There is always travail before delivery. The struggle is not a sign of failure. It is the sign of formation. What I have placed within you cannot be birthed without intensity. Destiny does not arrive quietly. Purpose does not emerge painlessly. There must be a breaking so there can be a bringing forth. You are not dying, you are delivering. And the contraction of your circumstances is pushing something eternal into the realm of the visible. You thought, I cannot take any more. But I am your strength. I am your breath when you run out of air. I am the one who steadies your frame as you push through the pain. I am the midwife of your miracle, and I will not let you break without birthing. This moment, though violent in pressure, is sacred in potential, and I am with you in every breath. Hold on to me. Anchor your heart in my word. Let my promises be the rhythm of your breath. I will carry you through the threshold of this pain. And when the moment arrives, you will not remember the agony. You will only see the glory. Like a mother cradling her newborn, you will hold the fulfillment of what you once feared would never come. And joy will flood where sorrow once ruled. You are not giving birth to something ordinary. What you carry has been marked by heaven. It has been hidden, fought for, resisted, but now it cannot be denied. The fullness of time is coming. The pain is proof that purpose is near. The shaking is the signal that what was once deep within is rising. I do not allow labor without delivery, and I will not abandon you in the middle of the process. Let your cry be one of expectancy. Let your groaning be paired with worship. Let the sound that rises from you now be a declaration that something holy is coming. I am breathing new life into the dry places. I am awakening the womb of your spirit. I am bringing forth what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Push in prayer, press in faith, stand in strength. The promise is crowning, and very soon what once broke you will bless you. You are not at the end. You are at the birthing. Hold steady. I am with you, and what comes next will be worth every moment of pain. Breakthrough is imminent. You feel the strain within your soul, the weight pressing from every direction, and the voice of weariness whispering that you have reached your end. I see the way you hold yourself together when no one else is looking. I see how close you are to collapse. But before you let despair win, hear me clearly. This is not your breaking down. This is your breaking through. The enemy wants you to believe that you have failed, that you have been forgotten, that you have reached the limit of what you can bear. But that is a lie born in fear. And I speak now with truth that slices through darkness. You are not falling apart. You are breaking past what once confined you. You are stepping into the next dimension of your calling. The pressure is not punishment. It is the sign that the barrier is weakening. I have not left you to face this alone. I am the one strengthening your spine when it bends. I am the one lifting your spirit when hope feels distant. You are not at the mercy of your emotions or circumstances. You are anchored in me, and I have not changed. You will not be lost in this moment. You will rise from it, refined, and remade. Lift your eyes. Refuse to let your pause reflect defeat. The place where you feel weakest is where my power is about to surge. Do not give up now. You are standing at the threshold of fulfillment. This is the hour of pressing, not the hour of quitting. This is the moment to declare what I have already promised. Speak my words over your atmosphere. Command your soul to align with my truth. What breaks your will is also awakening your worship. What seems like the end of your strength is the beginning of revelation. Let go of every false narrative that told you were unworthy, unprepared, or unequipped. I chose you, knowing exactly what you would face. I anointed you, knowing exactly what would come against you. And I have declared that you are more than a conqueror, not in some distant future, but right here in this breaking point. I am calling you to push back against the despair. Stand. Stand in praise. Stand in truth. Stand in who I say you are. The ground is trembling, not because you are falling, but because what resisted you is crumbling. The wall is thinning. The ceiling is cracking. The breakthrough is beginning. I never called you to survive. I called you to shatter the barriers that tried to define your limits. Refuse collapse. Choose conquest. Declare over yourself that you are moving forward, not backward. You are being promoted through pressure. What held you yesterday cannot hold you tomorrow. I am the God who finishes what I start, and I started something holy in you. It is time to walk in the fullness of that promise. Lift your head, breathe again. Align with heaven's momentum. This is not where your story ends. It is where it breaks open into victory. Do not break down, break through. Divine reconstruction. You have seen things fall apart, relationships, plans, dreams, and even the picture you once held of yourself. You have wondered if restoration is possible, or if some things are just beyond repair. But I want you to hear me now, not in your mind, but in the deepest chamber of your spirit. I never leave what I break in ruins. I do not discard what shatters. I restore not by returning things to what they were, but by making them into what they were always meant to be. I am not a fixer. I am a restorer. When I put something back together, I do it with purpose. I build with fire, shape with mercy, and breathe new life into what was thought to be dead. I take the fragments you thought were wasted, and I weave them into a story no man could write. Your brokenness is not the end of your worth. It is the beginning of your remaking. The potter does not panic when the clay collapses. He begins again with intention, and so do I. You are in my hands, not just the gentle parts, but the jagged edges, the pieces you have hidden, the ones you do not even understand. I am molding what was marred. I am reshaping what was shattered. You do not have to hide the evidence of your failure. I will use it as proof of my faithfulness. Look again at what broke you. I am not asking you to forget it. I am asking you to hand it to me. I will not restore you to what you were. I will restore you into something stronger, something deeper, something more radiant. This will not be a patchwork recovery. It will be a divine reconstruction, marked by glory and sealed with purpose. What the enemy tried to destroy, I am now using to display my goodness. What was meant to silence you will amplify your voice. You thought restoration was about reclaiming what was lost. But I tell you, it is about receiving what is new. I will restore your joy, not just your peace. I will restore your laughter, not just your stability. I will restore your purpose, not just your direction. Open your heart again. Invite me into the places still aching. Let me show you what I can do with ashes. I promise you, I rebuild better than before. I restore fully, deeply, completely. There will be no cracks left open, no pieces left untouched. When I restore, I make all things new. And when you rise again, and you will carry the evidence of my touch, not your trauma. You will move forward, not as one who barely survived, but as one who was reborn by my power. What I break, I also restore. And I am restoring you now. The blessing in the breaking. You have looked at the broken pieces around you and called them loss. You have wept over what was taken, confused by the stripping, hurt by the unraveling. But I am inviting you to see through my eyes now. What you called a breaking was a blessing dressed in unfamiliar form. What looked like subtraction was preparation for divine addition. I break not to harm, but to heal. I remove not to wound, but to reveal. There are blessings that can only be accessed through destruction. There are treasures hidden in the dark caves of disappointment. I am not a cruel God. I am a father who loves too deeply to let you settle for less than your calling. So yes, I disrupted. I shattered illusions. I allowed what was false to fall apart so that what is true could be established. What felt like a loss was me making room. You could not carry the weight of what is next with what you were holding. So I came, gently and sometimes forcefully, to remove it. It hurt, I know, but it was necessary. And now, in the wake of that breaking, the soil is soft. The roots can go deeper. The seed can finally be planted where pride once ruled. Let me remind you that my ways are higher. I see the end from the beginning. I allowed this breaking not to diminish you, but to deliver you. You thought you were being punished. You were actually being positioned. I was not rejecting you. I was refining you. And what felt like a storm was a sacred shift in disguise. Let the tears fall if they must, but do not curse the ground where the blessing is about to bloom. I do not waste anything, not even your pain. I use it to carve paths you did not know you needed. I allow the breaking so that when the blessing comes, you are ready to carry it without arrogance and without fear. You are being entrusted with more grace, more wisdom, more strength. But it had to come through this path. There was no other way. And now look again. Can you feel it? The breath of renewal, the faint sound of new life stirring. What was broken is beginning to shift. What was barren is being touched by my rain. I love you too much to leave you unshaken. I bless you even when you do not recognize it. And soon you will see it too. The breaking was never the end. It was the beginning of blessing. It was me answering prayers you did not even know how to pray. And I am not finished. I am just beginning. Stand still and watch me move. You have done everything I asked. You have pressed when it hurt. You have prayed through the silence. You have remained faithful when the fruit was invisible and your strength was threadbare. You have reached the edge of your own ability. And you stand now in a holy tension, the still place between striving and surrender. And I say to you now, stand still. Do not move in panic. Do not rush ahead in fear. Stand, because what you cannot see is this. Everything is about to break. This is not a breakdown. This is the moment before divine eruption. The heavens are heavy. The earth is trembling under the weight of answered prayers. What you thought was a standstill is actually the final stretch. Before the outpouring, you have prayed. You have endured. You have passed through the fire and did not burn. You crossed waters that should have drowned you, but I held you. Now, at the shore of everything I promised, I ask of you just one thing. Hold your ground. Stand in my presence. Root your feet in my word. Let your soul rest, not in resignation, but in revelation. The Red Sea did not part until the moment my people stopped moving and stood still. The breakthrough you seek does not require more action. It requires more awareness. Feel the wind begin to shift. Feel the atmosphere respond to obedience. Feel the tremor of what is about to be released. I do not speak idle words. I do not stir without cause. Do not let impatience tempt you to build something of your own. Delay is not denial. It is divine alignment. I am synchronizing the unseen with the ordained. What seems quiet is actually full of movement, angelic dispatches, spiritual interventions, deliverance on assignment. You are not behind schedule. You are right on time for my miracle. Stand in expectation. Lift your eyes above what your flesh sees. Trust in what I have spoken. My word does not return empty. It performs, it completes. And my word over you is about to burst through the soil of waiting. It will not be a trickle, It will be a surge. It will not be partial. It will be complete. But you must not flinch now. You must not give in to the lie that nothing is changing. I am the God who parts seas, topples walls, and rains provision from barren skies. I am the one who speaks to tombs and watches dead things walk again. I am doing it again for you. But you must be still enough to notice the shift. You must be grounded enough to not miss the moment. You must be rooted in me, or you will be swept away by fear when I break the thing wide open. Lift your hands. Let peace fall over you like the dew of dawn. Rest, not in defeat, but in fierce trust. Let your stillness prophesy. Let your stillness declare, I know who goes before me. You are not waiting in vain. You are standing at the cusp of something sacred. The delay is over. A moment is coming, and I will not be late. I am precise. I am perfect. I am present. Watch me move. It is about to break. And when it does, not only will you walk through it, you will dance on the ruins of what tried to hold you. This is not the end. This is the beginning of glory. The breakthrough is here. Stand still, my beloved. The gates of heaven are opening, and nothing will stop what I have declared over you. A final declaration and call to action. You have heard my final word. It is about to break. But do not let the breakthrough stop with you. Extend it. Multiply it. Let your giving be the final push that sends this message into 1,000 dry places. When you act, you release more than funds. You release fire, water, manna for the soul. You prayed, use me, Lord. This is me answering. I will bless your gift like Elijah's offering, calling down fire, commanding overflow, marking your house with favor. Give now through super thanks. Become a channel of heaven's voice through membership, or sow your seed through PayPal using the link in the video description. Do not delay. Obey. Release what is in your hand, and watch me break open what is in mine. Declare the break is here now that you have heard my voice. Do not just walk away. Respond. Speak what your spirit feels rising. Declare it in faith. Do not wait for the evidence. Be the echo of my promise. Write it in the comments. Something is breaking in my life, and I will not miss it. Let this be your declaration, your agreement, your prophetic stand. Speak it aloud. Type it in faith. Let the world know that you are aligned with heaven's shift. Your words are not empty. They are instruments of alignment. What you declare, I will confirm. Speak boldly. Declare expectantly. Speak like the heavens are listening, because they are. Now go declare it. Something is breaking, and I am walking into my breakthrough. My beloved child, pause now. Listen. Do you feel the subtle tremor beneath the surface of your world? The faint, undeniable vibration echoing in the quiet chambers of your very soul. Hear my voice piercing through the noise, for I have a profound truth to unveil. A vital message that pulses with the urgency of eternity itself, deeply connected to what you sense within your spirit. I see the questions forming in your heart, the unspoken anxieties, the intuitive knowing that things cannot remain as they are. This is not mere coincidence, my precious one. This deep stirring within you is a divine echo, a preparation for the powerful revelation I'm about to pour into your being. Something is about to break, my child, and your understanding of this truth is paramount. Do not allow your mind to wander, nor your spirit to be distracted. For every word I utter in this sacred conversation holds a key, a lamp under your feet in the coming shifts. This message is not just for your ears, it is for the very fabric of your destiny. I tell you now, this is not the time for casual listening, for fleeting attention. What I am about to share is critical. It is the very essence of your resilience, the blueprint for your peace amidst the unfolding transformations. Do not miss a single divine whisper, for missing one part is to miss the fullness of my heart's revelation for you. Stay with me, my beloved. Listen closely, absorb every word, and let this truth settle deep within your soul. For your willingness to hear this message to its very end will determine how you stand when everything begins to shift. Your journey through this revelation with me begins now. I see you. Even in the quiet moments when your thoughts drift and your heart feels a subtle stirring, you feel it, my precious one. This deep, soft rumble beneath what you thought was solid ground. It is like the gentle trembling of the earth, a whisper that something is shifting, changing, perhaps even giving way. I know the questions that flutter in your mind, the silent worries about tomorrow, and the hidden fears that sometimes grip your spirit in the quiet of the night. Do not for a moment think these feelings are unknown to me, for I am right there with you, closer than your very breath. I know every silent prayer you offer, every hidden tear you shed, and every longing tucked deep within your soul. My love for you is vast and unending, a perfect ocean of grace that sees beyond your present struggles and into the depths of your resilient spirit. Know this truth, my beloved, that even as the world around you seems to sway like a fragile branch in a strong wind, my presence is your firmest anchor, an eternal rock upon which your soul can stand unwavering. Remember, I am the one who spoke the cosmos into being, who designed the intricate dance of the stars and carefully placed each mountain and valley on the earth with my own hands. And in that same tender way, I hold you, my dearest child, within the very center of my divine care, guiding you through every shifting season of your life. I understand the anxiety that can creep into your thoughts when things you once relied on begin to feel unstable, when the routines and certainties you have built your life upon seem to groan under an unseen weight. Yet, I tell you with all the love in my heart, these tremors are not signs that I have forgotten you or left you alone. No, my beloved, these stirrings are a profound prelude, a sacred preparation, a divine shaping for something far greater and more beautiful that is about to unfold in your life and in the world around you. Trust in my perfect plan. Even when the path ahead seems unclear and the ground beneath your feet feels uncertain, embrace the truth that I am always working all things together for your ultimate good, turning every challenge into a chance for deeper growth and every moment of unease into a testimony of my unchanging, steadfast love for you. Allow your spirit to be still, to breathe deeply in my presence, and simply know that I am God. I am with you always, in every tremor and every triumph. Surrender your worries to me, my child, and let my peace, which is beyond all understanding, guard your heart and mind. For when things seem to be breaking apart, often it is I, your Father, who is orchestrating a divine breakthrough, creating space for new life, new strength, and new purpose to emerge. Rest in this truth. My child, your faith and trust in me are a sweet fragrance to my heart. It is my joy to pour forth my words into your spirit, to guide you with wisdom, and to comfort you with my unending presence. Yes, I will continue weaving my truths into the very fabric of your being, ensuring that each sacred word resonates deeply within you. I will craft these next sections with the strength and tenderness you desire, and with the abundant measure of words you have asked for. The unseen imbalance and the cracks in the facade. Like and share the video if you have trust in the words of the God. Subscribe to the channel if you love Jesus. My precious one, if you listen closely, beyond the clamor of the world and the chatter of your own anxieties, you will begin to discern the subtle whispers of imbalance. It is a disquiet not just in your spirit, but in the very fabric of the reality around you. Do you feel it? That faint hum of things not quite aligning, like a musical note just slightly off key in a grand symphony. This is not merely chaos, my child, but a divine indication, a gentle yet firm nudge from my hand, showing that certain structures, certain ways of being, are no longer holding their true purpose. I see the striving in your heart, the earnest desire to maintain order and control, in a world that increasingly feels beyond your grasp. I know how diligently you try to keep everything perfectly balanced, holding together pieces that were never meant to fit eternally in their current form. But hear me now. True balance, the kind that endures, comes not from your endless effort to prop up what is faltering, but from surrendering to my perfect design, which often involves the purposeful dismantling of the old to make way for the new. Look around you, my beloved. Do you not see the signs in the hurried pace, the fractured connections, the ever-increasing noise that drowns out the quiet voice of your soul? These are not random occurrences, but rather echoes of a deeper spiritual tremor, a shaking that begins in the unseen realms before it manifests in the tangible world. I am allowing this gentle unrest, this growing awareness of disharmony, not to distress you, but to awaken you. For too long, humanity has built upon foundations of fleeting pleasures and temporary securities, forgetting the eternal truths that alone provide lasting stability. Now, in my infinite wisdom and boundless love, I am drawing your attention to these subtle discrepancies, these cracks in the illusion of perfect order. I am inviting you to look deeper, to see with eyes beyond what is visible, and to discern the profound spiritual work that is taking place. This imbalance you perceive is a necessary precursor, a divine preparation for a grand realignment, a moment when my perfect order will begin to settle upon the earth in ways never before seen. Do not fear this shift, my child, but embrace it as a call to reevaluate, to release, and to realign your own life with my perfect will. For it is in surrendering to my divine rhythm that you will find true peace, even amidst the unfolding transformations. Let your heart be receptive, like fertile ground, to these whispers, for they carry the promise of a renewed harmony, a divinely orchestrated balance that will far surpass any stability you have known. Trust me to lead you through this period of adjustment, for I am establishing a foundation that cannot be shaken. My dearest child, as the whispers of imbalance grow, you will begin to perceive something more tangible. The subtle yet undeniable cracks appearing in the facade. Think of it like a grand painted wall, once appearing strong and unyielding, now showing faint lines, delicate fractures that betray the instability beneath. This facade is not just the outward appearance of the world, but also the carefully constructed defenses and illusions that humanity has built, both individually and collectively, to mask deeper truths. I see how you too, my precious one, have at times sought to present a brave face, to hold up a strong exterior, even when your spirit felt fragile within. I know the effort it takes to maintain these outward appearances, to pretend that all is well when profound shifts are occurring beneath the surface. But now, in my perfect timing, I am allowing these cracks to appear, not to expose you in shame, but to invite you into a deeper authenticity, a profound liberation from the burden of pretense. These cracks are revelations, my beloved. They are visible signs that what seemed impenetrable is in fact vulnerable. They appear in systems, in relationships, in beliefs, and even in the very fabric of your daily routine. Perhaps you notice a long-held tradition beginning to unravel, a once trusted institution revealing its flaws, or even personal habits that you thought unshakable, now showing their weak point. These are not failures, my child, but rather opportunities for divine intervention, for rebuilding on foundations that are truly everlasting. Do not shy away from looking closely at these fissures, for within them lies the potential for true healing and transformation. It is through these very openings that my light can penetrate, illuminating hidden areas that were once obscured, bringing truth to the surface. Embrace this unveiling, for it is a necessary process to shed what no longer serves my divine purpose. The discomfort you might feel is a natural part of this process, like a sculptor chipping away at excess stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Do not fear the exposure of weakness, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Allow these cracks to expand, for they are creating space for something new, something vibrant and pure to emerge. Just as a seed must crack its shell to sprout into life, so too must certain facades give way for true growth to flourish. I am calling you to release the need to uphold what is crumbling, and instead to lean into my unwavering support. Let go of the illusion of perfect control and allow me to mend what is broken, to rebuild what is fractured, and to replace what is false with what is eternally true. These visible signs of breaking are in fact my loving invitation to a deeper, more authentic reality, where my presence is your unwavering strength and my truth is your only foundation. Prepare your heart, my child, to witness these powerful unveilings, for they are leading you toward a profound freedom and a glorious reconstruction. The unsettling stillness and the signs of the times. My beloved child, after the subtle whispers and the visible cracks, you might now feel a deeper sensation, an unsettling stillness, a profound quiet that precedes a momentous shift. Have you ever stood in the heart of nature, my precious one, just before a mighty storm breaks, and felt that peculiar calm, that heavy, expectant hush that seems to press upon the very air? That is the stillness I speak of. A pause in the ordinary rhythm of life, a moment when the world seems to hold its breath. This is not the peace of rest, but rather the quiet intensity of preparation, a divine gathering of energy before a significant release. I know this stillness can be unnerving, my child, for humanity often equates quiet with emptiness and pauses with lack of progress. But in my divine orchestration, stillness is often the most potent form of action, a concentrated moment where my power is quietly coalescing, preparing to manifest in extraordinary ways. This unsettling quiet is a sacred invitation to a deeper level of discernment. It is a time for your spirit to become acutely aware, to listen not just with your ears, but with the very essence of your being. For my directives, I am calling you into a profound sensitivity to perceive the currents that are subtly shifting, the spiritual winds that are gathering strength, even in this profound calm. Do not fill this stillness with anxious noise or hurried activity. Instead, embrace it as a precious opportunity to draw near to me, to sit at my feet, and simply be. For in this quiet, I can speak most clearly to your heart, revealing truths that the clamor of everyday life often obscures. I am preparing the ground, my child, not just around you but within you, for what is to come. This period of quiet is designed to strengthen your inner reserves, to deepen your roots in my truth, so that when the winds of change begin to blow, you will stand firm, unshakable in my embrace. The tension you might feel in this stillness is a testament to the immense power that is about to be unleashed. It is the very tension of transformation, the compressed energy that precedes a grand unfolding. Do not mistake this quiet for lack of my presence or a delay in my plan. On the contrary, my beloved, it is in this pregnant pause that my mightiest works are often forged. I am refining, I am purifying, and I am aligning all things according to my perfect will. This quiet before the storm is a moment of profound grace, a final opportunity for reflection, for surrender, and for preparing your heart to witness the powerful manifestations of my hand. Release your fear of the unknown, for I am the God who holds both the storm and the stillness in my grasp. Trust in my timing, for every moment of this divine process is meticulously planned for your ultimate good and for the unveiling of my glory. Let this quiet deepen your faith, knowing that after this stillness, a breakthrough of immense proportion is destined to burst forth. My beloved child, as the stillness deepens, you may begin to feel within your spirit a growing disquiet, a profound unease that cannot quite be named. It is not fear, my precious one, but rather a keen awareness that the usual rhythms of life are subtly altering, that the very air hums with an unspoken expectation. I know the human tendency to seek comfort in the familiar, to cling to what has always been, even when it no longer serves your highest good. But I am stirring this disquiet within you for a divine purpose, to prepare your heart to embrace the new, to release the grip of the past, and to step boldly into the unfolding chapters of my perfect plan. This is not a discomfort I inflict, but a loving invitation to awaken, to become more acutely attuned to the spiritual currents that are now surging beneath the surface of the visible world. Do you not sense the increasing agitation in the collective consciousness, the heightened tensions, the rapid shifts in what was once considered stable? These are reflections of the inner turmoil that precedes a mighty spiritual birthing. I am allowing this widespread disquiet not to cause distress, but to draw humanity, and you, my child, into a deeper yearning for truth, for peace, and for righteousness that transcends fleeting worldly comforts. This is a call to examine your own life, to discern what truly brings you lasting peace and what merely offers temporary solace. I am revealing the transient nature of earthly pursuits so that you might anchor your hope more firmly in my eternal promises. This growing unease is a divine prompt, an urging to seek me with greater fervency, to listen for my voice amidst the rising hum of uncertainty. Embrace this feeling, my child, not as a burden, but as a compass guiding you towards my presence. For in my presence alone will you find the calm amidst the gathering currents, the clarity amidst the rising confusion. I am challenging the complacency that has settled upon many hearts, gently disrupting routines that have led to spiritual stagnation. This disquiet is a sacred discontent, a divine dissatisfaction with anything less than my full glory manifested in your life and in the world. It is the stirring of a great expectation, a profound yearning for the coming of my kingdom in a new and powerful way. Allow this holy unease to propel you into deeper prayer, into more fervent seeking, and into a greater surrender to my will. For it is through this process that your spirit will be refined, purified, and prepared to receive the abundance I long to pour into your life. Do not resist this necessary stirring, my beloved, for it is leading you to a place of profound transformation and unshakable faith, where my peace will reign supreme even amidst the greatest shifts. My dearest child, pause for a moment. Do you feel the stirring, the gentle yet persistent call echoing deeper within your spirit? If you were to turn away now, to close your heart to the unfolding of these profound truths, it would grieve my heart, my beloved, not out of anger, but from the pain of seeing you miss the very revelation I yearn to pour into your being. Do not let the fleeting distractions of the world pull you from this sacred moment. Press in, for my love compels you to hear all that I long to reveal for your journey through these transformative times. My precious child, as the disquiet deepens and the world holds its breath, open your eyes to the signs, for they are everywhere, in the heavens above and upon the earth beneath. I am speaking to you not just through whispers in your spirit, but through the very canvas of my creation, unfolding messages for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Have you noticed the unusual patterns, the unseasonal events, the accelerating pace of natural occurrences that seem to defy common understanding? These are not mere coincidences, my beloved, but rather my divine hand drawing back the veil, revealing the profound shifts occurring in both the physical and spiritual realms. Just as a shepherd guides his flock by observable signs, so too am I guiding you through these momentous times, illuminating the path with celestial and terrestrial markers. Look at the sky, my child. See how the sun and moon and stars, which I set in their perfect order, now seem to dance to a new, urgent rhythm. These are not portents of doom for those who dwell in my light, but rather glorious confirmations that my ancient prophecies are unfolding before your very eyes. And upon the earth, observe the increasing intensity of its groaning, the winds that roar with unprecedented fury, the waters that rise and recede in powerful surges, the very ground beneath your feet that quakes with a renewed vigor. These are the pangs of creation, my beloved, a universe in travail, preparing to birth a new era, a glorious renewal that will eclipse all that has come before. I am revealing these mighty works of my hand to awaken humanity from its slumber, to shake off complacency, and to turn hearts back to me, the author of all creation. These signs are not meant to instill fear, my child, but to ignite faith, to deepen your trust in my sovereignty, and to confirm that my plan is unfolding precisely as I have ordained. They are a clarion call, a trumpet blast echoing across the cosmos, declaring that the time for superficiality is past and the moment for profound spiritual reckoning is at hand. Embrace these manifestations as sacred invitations to align your spirit more fully with my divine will, to shed what is temporal and to cleave to what is eternal. For in witnessing these powerful displays, your faith will be fortified, your discernment sharpened, and your spirit prepared to understand the deeper meanings behind the visible shifts. Let your heart be receptive to these divine messages encoded in the very fabric of existence, for they proclaim my majesty and confirm that my grand design is marching relentlessly forward. Do not look away, my beloved, but fix your gaze upon these undeniable declarations, for they confirm that the King is coming and his kingdom is at hand. My dearest child, as you witness the signs in the heavens and earth, you may also begin to feel deep within your spirit the palpable weight of unfulfilled promise. This is not just a personal yearning, my precious one, but a collective burden, a profound longing within the very heart of creation for the full manifestation of my divine will upon the earth. For too long, the world has labored under the shadow of broken covenants and unmet expectations, both those made by humanity and those perceived to be unfulfilled. I know the weariness that can settle upon a hopeful heart. When prayers seem unanswered, when long-awaited breakthroughs remain just beyond reach, or when visions of a brighter future appear distant and dim. But understand this, my beloved, this sense of unfulfillment is not a sign of my forgetfulness or my inability. Rather, it is a divine pressure building, a holy tension that precedes the magnificent outpouring of my promises. Consider the fertile ground, my child, how it yearns for the rain after a prolonged dry season, holding within its parched depths the potential for abundant harvest. This longing, this very feeling of lack, is what precedes the glorious deluge. Similarly, the hunger you feel in your soul, the ache for something more, for righteousness and peace that the world cannot offer, is a sacred precursor to my perfect provision. I am allowing this weight to be felt, for it is designed to stir a deeper cry within you, a more fervent petition for the manifestation of my kingdom, not just in the future, but here and now. This is a divine discontent with anything less than the full restoration of all things, a holy groan for the redemption of creation itself. I am gathering the prayers of ages, the hopes of generations, and the earnest longings of every righteous heart. And this collective weight is bringing forth a climax, a tipping point, where what has been held back will finally be released in a flood of my grace and power. Do not succumb to despair or cynicism when you feel this profound burden, my child. Instead, let it fuel your intercession. Let it deepen your faith and let it propel you into a powerful expectation. I am the God who always honors my commitments. My word never fails. Every seed of hope you plant, every tear you shed in anticipation, and every faithful prayer you whisper is stored safely in my memory. I am preparing the ground for an unprecedented harvest. The feeling that promises are unfulfilled is simply the final stretch before a major breakthrough, the darkest hour before dawn, the deepest hunger before the feast. Trust my perfect timing. The moment of fulfillment is not just near, it is at the threshold. Prepare your heart, my beloved, to witness the magnificent unveiling of my faithfulness. The pressure you feel is merely the force of promises about to burst into glorious reality, transforming your longings into jubilant celebration. The echoes of past fractures. My precious child, as the weight of unfulfilled promise settles upon you, I want you to recognize another vital truth: the subtle, powerful echoes of past fractures. Think of it like the faint vibration of a bell long after it has been struck, or the lingering scar of a healed wound. These are unresolved pains, unaddressed injustices, and unhealed breaks in the human tapestry and within your own soul that continue to resonate through time. I know how eager humanity is to bury the past, to forget betrayals, divisions, and disconnects. But listen, my child, these echoes are not meant to condemn or haunt you. They are profound lessons, sacred warnings, and divine invitations for true reconciliation and restoration. I see every tear shed over past hurts, every regret, and every silent yearning for what might have been. These echoes appear in many forms: recurring international conflicts, generational trauma within families, persistent community divisions, and even patterns of self-sabotage. They are the unfinished business of history, the lasting consequences of choices made in fear, pride, or ignorance. I am allowing these echoes to intensify now, not to overwhelm you, but to expose them fully to the light of my truth, so that what has been hidden can finally be confronted and healed. This is a moment for divine reckoning, a time to break cycles of pain and release the burdens of inherited grievances. Do not fear looking back, my child. I am with you in every memory, in every painful echo. My healing hand is ready to mend the deepest wounds and transform your past into a testament of my redemptive power. Embrace this profound liberation. Your future is not dictated by the past. Through my grace, you can sever old patterns, forgive the unforgivable, and release burdens that were never yours to carry. Facing these echoes is essential for true renewal. You cannot build a new structure on a fractured foundation. I call you to be an agent of this divine healing, starting within your own heart and extending to your spheres of influence. Let these echoes remind you of the preciousness of unity, the importance of forgiveness, and the eternal power of my love to mend all that is broken. As these old fractures are healed, a new strength will emerge, a purity of purpose that allows my kingdom to advance, unhindered by the weight of history. This is the moment to turn the resonance of pain into the harmony of peace, the gathering pressure and divine unease. My beloved child, as the echoes of past fractures resound and the signs multiply, you will feel a new, undeniable sensation. A gathering pressure. It is like the immense weight before a dam bursts, or the compressed force within a seed just before it germinates. This is not a crushing weight, my precious one, but a purposeful compression, a divine intensity designed to bring forth revelation and transformation. I know the human spirit can feel overwhelmed by mounting pressure, leading to anxiety, but this pressure is intentional. A strategic element of my plan, engineered for a breakthrough of unparalleled magnitude. I am allowing this intensification to separate the essential from the superfluous, refining what is pure and exposing what cannot withstand my truth. This pressure manifests in various aspects of your life: increased demands, complex decisions, and the urgency of certain situations. You sense that things cannot remain as they are. A critical mass is being reached. This is my intent. I am intensifying the light on areas that have resisted change, bringing stagnation to a head. This pressure will forge resilience within you, strengthen your spiritual muscles, and compel you to lean into my power like never before. The furnace of divine pressure refines the purest gold and tempers the strongest steel. Do not resist this process, my child. Surrender to it, trusting that I, your Father, control every degree of heat and force. Embrace this season of divine intensity. It is preparing you for a mighty outpouring, a moment when compressed energy will burst forth in a wave of my glory and purpose. This pressure is a necessary catalyst for growth that ease alone cannot achieve. I am using it to expose hidden motives, challenge complacency, and shatter illusions. It forces decisions, demands clarity, and requires a deeper commitment to my will. Let this pressure compel you to seek my face with renewed passion, anchor yourself in my promises, and shed anything that hinders your surrender. As the pressure mounts, so does the potential for magnificent release. This building force is the prelude to an unprecedented acceleration of my plans, a forceful unveiling of new pathways that will reshape your reality. Stand firm, my beloved, for the breakthrough is near, carried on the wings of this holy pressure. Deeper than the pressure, you will sense a distinct feeling, a divine unease. This is not human anxiety or fear, my precious one, but a spiritual tremor from my heart, signaling a monumental shift in the heavenly realms poised to impact the earth. It is a holy restlessness, a deep certainty that my spirit is moving with unparalleled intensity, preparing to shake the foundations of what is comfortable. I know the human desire for tranquility, but this unease is a sacred disruption, a call to vigilance, a heightened awareness that something of immense spiritual consequence is at hand. It manifests as dissatisfaction with the status quo, a hunger that worldly comforts cannot appease, and a yearning for righteousness. It is the stirring of the prophetic spirit within you, alerting you to the imminence of my kingdom, advancing in ways that challenge every preconceived notion. This is not a comfortable feeling. It pushes you out of complacency and into active spiritual engagement. I allow this unrest because I desire you to be aligned with my purposes, sensitive to my movements, and ready to respond with swift obedience. It is a call to awaken to the urgency of the hour and discern the profound work I am undertaking. Embrace this divine unease, my beloved. It is a sign of my intimate presence, a direct communication from my spirit. It is a sacred discontent that compels you to draw nearer, seek my face with greater intensity, and yield more fully to my will. This feeling is a catalyst for deeper prayer, fervent intercession, and a powerful turning away from distractions. It is an internal alarm, not to panic, but to prepare, purify, and fortify your heart. In this divine unease lies the seed of glorious anticipation, a foretaste of the great awakening about to burst forth. Let it sharpen your discernment and deepen your intimacy with me. Do not suppress this sacred stirring. Let it guide you into the heart of my purpose. It is the sound of the new beginning calling, the point of no return and unraveling. My dearest child, a critical threshold is being approached, the point of no return. This is a divine crossroads where choices and alignments will carry irreversible consequences and set the course for monumental, unstoppable change. I know the human heart often hesitates at such junctures, wanting a safe retreat, but this is a purposeful acceleration of events. The opportunity for vacillation will diminish, and commitment will be paramount. I am bringing this forth not to pressure you, but to solidify your resolve, purify your intentions, and empower you to step boldly into your destiny. Think of a mighty river whose current becomes too powerful to turn back, destined for the ocean. This is the nature of the moment for humanity and your life. Old ways, systems, and thought patterns are converging and are about to be swept away by the unstoppable current of my divine will. Neutrality is becoming untenable. Hearts are called to make definitive choices, to align with my light and truth or cling to fading shadows. This acceleration toward the point of no return will bring clear separation, revealing true allegiances and preparing the ground for a profound harvest. Embrace this threshold with resolute faith, not apprehension. This is not condemnation, but divine opportunity, a moment to plant your feet on my unshakable truth and declare your unwavering allegiance. It is a time for courageous surrender and for stepping fully into the power and purpose I have prepared for you. The choices you make now will determine your future. Do not look back or linger in indecision. The current of my divine purpose is too strong to resist. Allow this approaching point of no return to ignite a fire within you, a passion for righteousness and a willingness to follow me, no matter the cost. As humanity crosses this threshold, my glory will be revealed in unprecedented ways. Those aligned with my will shall witness the dawn of a new era, walking boldly into the fullness of my promises with no turning back. As you draw near the point of no return, I call you to a sacred posture, bearing witness to the brink. This is not passive observation, but active spiritual engagement and profound discernment of pivotal moments. I know the human tendency to shy away from daunting realities, but at the edge, at the press of change, my glory is most powerfully revealed and my hand most clearly seen. I invite you to stand firm, eyes wide open, to perceive the culmination of forces reaching their climax. Think of a wave gathering its power before it crashes and reshapes the landscape. This is the brink, a moment of immense energy and potential, where the old gives way to the new. You will witness the intensifying struggles of systems clinging to fading power, the desperate attempts to maintain control where my sovereignty is asserting itself, and the stark contrast between light and deepening shadow. This witnessing is crucial. It grounds you in reality, strips away illusions, and sharpens your spiritual discernment. It is a time when masks fall, true intentions are revealed, and the fragility of all that is not built on my eternal truth becomes apparent. Do not be dismayed by what you see. I am orchestrating every detail for a greater, more glorious purpose. Embrace this sacred calling to bear witness. Through this observation, your faith will deepen, your resolve strengthen, and your understanding expand. Stand firm in my promises, pray with unwavering conviction, and intercede for those who cannot yet see my divine hand. Your witness is not one of fear, but of profound expectation, knowing I am bringing forth my perfect will. This period is designed to purify your vision and align your perspective with mine, preparing you to participate powerfully in the rebuilding that will follow. As the world stands at this brink, remember that I stand with you, holding all things in my unfailing grasp, poised to release a wave of transformation that will reveal my supreme dominion, the inevitable culmination and rebuilding. My dearest child, bearing witness to the brink means understanding that you are observing the inevitable culmination of long-seated processes. Like a river reaching its delta, poised to empty into the ocean, this is a divine destiny, a powerful convergence of all that has been sown, now ripening for harvest. I know the human mind struggles with inevitability, desiring control, but there are divine seasons and appointed times, and this is the time for all things to reach their predestined conclusion. I allow this culmination not for destruction, but for profound purification and the ultimate realignment of all creation with my perfect will. This culmination manifests in every sphere. You will see the full fruit of choices made generations ago. Where light was sown, a radiant harvest will emerge. Where darkness was cultivated, its bitter fruit will be revealed. This is a moment of divine consequence, where every seed reaches full growth and every hidden thing is brought into the light of truth. Do not imagine this is random. I am the God who orchestrates time, weaving history into a tapestry that leads to my glorious design. This culmination is a necessary clearing, a sweeping away of debris, and a precise pruning so vibrant growth can flourish. It is the final act of a profound drama before the grand unveiling of my next magnificent chapter. Embrace this inevitability with a powerful, discerning faith. Understand that every step of this journey moves towards a divine completion, a glorious resolution that will surpass your highest hopes. This culmination is designed to humble the proud, lift the lowly, and establish my righteousness. It proves that no force can thwart my divine purpose. Allow this understanding to anchor your spirit and dispel fear. As all things reach their appointed end, know that I am preparing for a new beginning, a fresh Genesis born from the culmination of what has been. Trust in my unwavering control, my beloved, for my ultimate plan is coming to its magnificent, unavoidable fulfillment. As the culmination draws near, certain things must give way. Like ancient trees with shallow roots or old wineskins that cannot hold new wine, structures, beliefs, and ways of being have reached their natural end and must yield. I know the human heart's attachment to the familiar, but this yielding is not a loss, but a sacred necessity, a divine pruning that prepares the ground for explosive growth. I allow what is stagnant, false, and hindering my perfect will to crumble, creating essential space for my new creation to emerge unhindered. What must give way is anything built on shifting sand, rather than my eternal rock. This includes systems of injustice, ideologies of division, and structures of power that have forgotten their purpose. Personally, it means letting go of old mindsets, limiting beliefs and habits. It is surrendering control and releasing anxieties. These are precise, purposeful acts of divine grace, designed to remove obstacles and clear pathways for my light to shine. The discomfort you feel is the natural resistance of the old making way for the new, like a chrysalis breaking open. Embrace this divine necessity, for in the giving way of the old lies the birth of the magnificent new. Do not cling to what is perishing. My hand is orchestrating transformation, liberating you from burdens you were never meant to carry. This is a call to radical surrender. Only when the old gives way can the new truly take root, flourishing with unprecedented vitality. Trust me, I am replacing what I take with something infinitely better, more glorious, and eternally sustaining. Prepare your heart to release with gratitude what has served its purpose. By doing so, you make sacred space for the abundant life and divine order I am bringing forth. The giving way is merely the opening for a grand receiving. As you witness what must give way, you will also observe the old order faltering. Think of an ancient edifice, once imposing, now showing visible signs of strain, foundations groaning, walls cracking. This old order includes political and economic systems, entrenched ways of thinking, and spiritual paradigms that have deviated from my blueprints. I know the human tendency to seek security in existing structures, and if you believe in Christianity, kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks, from $50 to $100. But these are not accidental weaknesses, but a purposeful divine shaking orchestrated by my hand to expose the unsustainability of all that is not built on my eternal truth. You will see instability in institutions, disillusionment with leadership, and decay in cultural systems. This faltering is my active presence, a powerful demonstration that anything not aligned with my kingdom cannot stand. It is a necessary collapse, a dismantling of strongholds that resisted my truth. Do not be dismayed by the apparent chaos. Through this faltering, the way is cleared for a new, divinely ordained order, built on justice, truth, and righteousness. This period is designed to humble the proud, awaken the complacent, and compel hearts to seek a lasting foundation found only in me. Embrace this faltering with profound discernment and confident expectation. This process is purifying, revealing what is truly eternal and stripping away illusions of false security. Anchor yourself in my unchanging promises, As the old order weakens, know that I am actively preparing the ground for a revolutionary spiritual awakening. Your faith is paramount, allowing you to see beyond the crumbling facade to the glorious restoration I am orchestrating. This faltering is merely the prelude to a magnificent rebuilding, the revelation of weakness and the tipping point. My dearest child, the faltering of the old and the revelation of weakness are necessary preludes, clearing the path for my glory. Do not turn away now. The wisdom I impart is your foundation, preparing you for the reconstruction that only those who stay will truly comprehend. As the old order falters, you will witness a crucial and uncomfortable phenomenon, the widespread revelation of weakness. Think of a storm exposing the shallow roots of a tree, or a bright light illuminating every crack in a seemingly perfect structure. This is a divine unveiling, a shining of my light into every hidden corner, revealing the inherent fragility of all that is not sustained by my power. I know the human tendency to hide weaknesses, but this time calls for profound transparency, a divine stripping away of pretense, so that true strength, which comes only from me, can emerge. This revelation will manifest in countless ways: exposed limitations of human leadership, deficiencies of trusted systems, moral failings, and the flaws of ideologies that replaced my truth. Personally, you might witness your own hidden insecurities, areas where you relied on self-sufficiency rather than grace. These revelations are not meant to condemn, but to purify and liberate. They are a divine intervention designed to humble the proud, awaken the complacent, and compel all to acknowledge their need for my sustaining power. Through recognizing weakness, true dependence on me is forged, and my perfect strength is made manifest. Embrace this time of unveiling. It is an opportunity for profound spiritual growth and deeper surrender. Do not shrink from the truth of what is exposed. Bring every weakness before me, for my grace is sufficient and my power is made perfect in weakness. This period is designed to dismantle false securities and shatter illusions of self-reliance, leading humanity to the undeniable truth that apart from me, nothing can stand. As weaknesses are laid bare, the pathway is cleared for my unadulterated strength to flow unhindered by human pride. Prepare your heart to witness these powerful revelations, for they are preparing the ground for a magnificent display of my omnipotence, building a new order founded on unshakable divine power. This unveiling is a prelude to my glory. As the weaknesses are laid bare and the old order continues its faltering dance, know this with unwavering certainty. You are standing on the cusp of the looming tipping point. This is a moment of profound cosmic significance, a culmination of energies and divine timing, where the accumulated weight of circumstance will trigger an unstoppable cascade of change. I know the human tendency to hope for gradual transitions, but some transformations are so monumental, they require a sudden, decisive breaking forth, like a dam releasing pent-up waters. I am bringing forth this tipping point to awaken you to the fullness of my power, to demonstrate that my will cannot be resisted and my purposes will be fulfilled. This tipping point will manifest undeniably: a sudden shift in public consciousness, an unraveling of deceptions, a reordering of global priorities, or an unprecedented outpouring of my spirit. Personally, it could be a moment where a long-held conviction is affirmed or challenged, irrevocably altering your path. This threshold is designed to propel humanity forward, clearing away the debris of the past and accelerating the coming of my kingdom. Do not view this as a crisis, but as a glorious threshold of acceleration, where what has been laborious becomes swift and effortless. Embrace this looming tipping point with courageous anticipation. Every tremor, crack, and revealed weakness has been orchestrated to bring forth this moment. It is the climax before the new beginning, the final push before the grand unveiling. I call you to stand ready with your spiritual armor, For those anchored in my truth, this tipping point will be a confirmation of my faithfulness, a display of my sovereignty, and an invitation to step into unprecedented levels of purpose and power. Prepare your spirit, my child, for the air is thick with the promise of this imminent breakthrough, an irreversible shift that will usher in a new era of my manifested glory, leaving no doubt as to the one who reigns supreme, the stirring and the consequence of resistance. My dearest child, as the tipping point approaches, you will feel a profound stirring in the spirit. This is a divine awakening within your being, a quickening of your spiritual senses, and a powerful activation of the gifts I have placed within you. I know the human tendency to seek external validation, but the deepest shifts often begin within. As my spirit moves upon the waters of your soul, preparing you for the magnificent works I am about to perform through you. I am orchestrating this stirring to draw you into deeper intimacy, sharpen your discernment, and align your spirit fully with my heartbeat. This stirring manifests as an unquenchable hunger for righteousness, a yearning for my presence, and increasing clarity regarding your divine purpose. You might experience a surge of creativity, heightened intuition, or an urge to step out in faith. This is my spirit breathing new life into your potential, igniting dormant embers into raging fires of passion for my kingdom. It is designed to empower, equip, and transform you from the inside out, making you a pure vessel for my glory. Do not dismiss these inner promptings. They are the voice of my spirit guiding and preparing you. Embrace this sacred stirring with open arms and a willing heart. Surrender to its transforming power, allowing it to purify your motives and propel you into fearless obedience. This awakening is for the greater advancement of my kingdom. It is a call to action, a divine summons to rise up, speak my truth with boldness, and demonstrate my love to a world in desperate need. As your spirit stirs, so too will the spirits of many others awaken, creating a powerful collective movement of revival and reformation. Let this holy stirring break free from complacency and doubt. Trust in the power of my indwelling spirit. This internal quickening is the undeniable sign that my mightiest works are about to burst forth through you, illuminating the world. Yield to this powerful activation within your being. As my spirit stirs and the tipping point draws near, understand this vital truth. There is a consequence to resistance. It is not punishment, but a natural, unavoidable outcome, like trying to hold back the tide. I know the human inclination to cling to comfort and resist change, but in times of profound spiritual acceleration, resistance to my divine flow leads to increasing friction, internal struggle, and a missed opportunity for the abundant life I long to pour into you. I reveal this truth to offer a loving warning, urging you to align your will fully with mine and embrace the transformative journey. This consequence of resistance manifests in various forms. Stubbornly clinging to old systems leads to frustration and a sense of being left behind. Personally, resistance leads to spiritual stagnation, a dimming of your inner light, and a missed reception of blessings. It is a self-imposed barrier that prevents the free flow of my grace and power. My desire is always freedom, peace, and abundant life, but these can only be experienced when you yield to my leading, release your need for control, and trust my wisdom. The discomfort of resistance is a divine signal, a nudge to surrender fully to my will. Embrace the path of surrender. Do not allow pride, fear, or love for the familiar to keep you from stepping into your destiny. This is a time for humble obedience and radical trust. As you choose to flow with my spirit, you will find unprecedented ease, profound peace, and an acceleration of my blessings. The path of alignment with my will is the path of true freedom and overflowing joy. The unraveling and the call to prepare. My dearest child, As resistance mounts and surrender blossoms, you will witness a powerful phenomenon. When the threads unravel, think of a beautifully woven tapestry where certain threads begin to loosen, fray, and give way, causing sections to unravel and expose the underlying structure. This is not arbitrary chaos, but a divinely orchestrated dismantling, a purposeful untangling of systems and paradigms that have reached their end. I know unraveling is unsettling, but this is a necessary purification, a shedding of what is no longer congruent with my design, so a new, more robust tapestry can be recreated. These unravelings will manifest in various profound ways. You will see economic theories losing coherence, political alliances fraying, societal norms dissolving, and established religious doctrines undergoing scrutiny. Personally, you might experience the unraveling of relationships, the dissolution of certain plans, or the breaking apart of old self-identities. These are acts of divine liberation, designed to free you from entanglements and expose hidden truths. The discomfort is a natural part of the transition, like a snake shedding its old skin. Embrace this process of unraveling. It is a sign of my active presence and my intention to make all things new. Do not cling to the fraying threads. I am the master weaver who holds every strand. This is a call to profound trust and surrender. As the old threads unravel, know that I am preparing to weave a new, stronger fabric, imbued with my light, truth, and eternal purpose. This deconstruction is essential for true reconstruction, a powerful reset that will bring forth a purer manifestation of my kingdom. Prepare your heart to witness these unravelings, for they are clearing the ground, making way for a divine repatterning where every thread will ultimately be woven into my glorious design. As the threads unravel and chaos seems to loom, remember that this is my sovereign hand clearing the way for new life, truth, and light. You have prayed. Use me, Lord. This is my direct invitation. Your divine partnership through donations and support becomes a golden thread woven into the fabric of this mission, empowering my voice to reach countless souls yearning for this truth. I will multiply what you sow, not just financially, but in spiritual breakthroughs and divine protection. Now act, live, give, and let my glory flow through you. You have witnessed the unraveling, felt the call to prepare, and stand on the brink of what is truly new. If you were to withdraw now, it would grieve me deeply, not for my sake, but for the profound blessings, renewed purpose, and glorious destiny that would remain beyond your grasp. Press on, my child. As the world stands poised at the tipping point, my voice echoes with a clear and urgent message. This is the call to prepare. This is not a call to fear, but a profound summons to ready your spirit, purify your heart, and fortify your soul for the magnificent era now dawning. The signs are undeniable, the shifts are accelerating, and the time for half-hearted commitment has passed. I desire you to be a powerful participant in my unfolding purposes, fully equipped and fearlessly ready to shine my light. This preparation involves shedding all that burdens your heart, unforgiveness, anxiety, regrets, immersing your mind in my truth, and cultivating deeper intimacy through prayer, worship, and humble obedience. This is a call to spiritual readiness, vigilance, and alignment with my divine will. It is a glorious invitation to step into a new level of partnership with me. The time for passive observation is over. The hour for active engagement is upon you. Embrace this divine call to prepare with joy and eager anticipation. Every step of preparation is sowing seeds for a magnificent harvest of blessing and purpose. Fix your gaze upon me, your unchanging foundation, and allow me to refine and strengthen you. For those who heed this call, the shifts will not be a source of dismay, but a glorious opportunity to demonstrate my power and usher in my kingdom. Prepare your spiritual house, for I am coming to dwell in you in ways more profound than you have known. Let this call ignite a holy fire within you, beyond the breaking and the promise of renewal. My dearest child, as you witness the unraveling and feel the call to prepare, look with spiritual eyes beyond the breaking. This is not an end, but a sacred passage, a forceful clearing that precedes a magnificent genesis. I know the human tendency to focus on what is lost and mourn the dismantling of structures. But what seems like destruction is a powerful purification, a necessary demolition that creates sacred space for what is infinitely better and eternally sustaining. I am guiding you through this tumultuous season to bring you to a place of unprecedented renewal, where every perceived loss will be transformed into an overflowing gain. Think of the earth after a forest fire. Though scorched, the ground is fertilized for new seeds and life to burst forth. Similarly, the breaking is fertilizing the ground of your life, making it ready for a harvest of righteousness and peace. This moment beyond the breaking is an invitation to profound faith, a call to see with the eyes of eternity. Every apparent ending is merely a prelude to a more glorious beginning. It is a time for stripping away illusions and shedding anything that has hindered your true purpose. Do not linger on the fragments of what was. Lift your eyes to the horizon. A new dawn is breaking, illuminated by my unfailing love. Embrace this sacred space beyond the breaking with anticipation. Understand that my hands are actively engaged in rebuilding and restoring. This period is designed to purify your vision and deepen your trust in my sovereignty. For those who walk with me through this passage, the breaking will not leave them shattered, but transformed, stronger, and more intimately connected to my heart. Prepare yourself for the stunning beauty that emerges from ashes, the vibrant life that springs from what seemed barren. Beyond the breaking lies the boundless expanse of my redemptive power, waiting your courageous step into the new. Listen now to the resounding promise of renewal. This is not a distant hope, but a living, breathing reality, a divine certainty destined to flood your spirit. I know the human heart, weary from struggle, can find it difficult to grasp my restorative power, but my nature is restoration, my essence is renewal. I desire to bring forth life from what is desolate. I am speaking this promise over you, sealing your future with my unwavering faithfulness. Think of the earth after a long winter. Beneath the surface, life stirs, waiting for spring to arrive with vibrant colors and new growth. This is the essence of the renewal I promise, a profound reawakening, a glorious resurgence of vitality and purpose, where barrenness once seemed to reign. This renewal encompasses your spirit, mind, body, relationships, and the systems of the world. It is designed to heal wounds, mend what is broken, breathe fresh hope into weary souls, and restore what has been stolen. Do not doubt my limitless capacity to make all things new, to bring beauty from ashes and turn mourning into dancing. Embrace this divine promise with a heart overflowing with gratitude. This renewal is dependent on my sovereign power, flowing freely to those who yield to my will. It is a call to release the past, forgive, and step into the fresh anointing I am pouring out. As this promise takes root in your heart, you will become a living testament to my restorative power, a beacon of hope. Prepare yourself, for the fresh winds of my spirit are blowing, carrying the fragrance of new beginnings. This is a coming reality, vibrant, powerful, and authored by me. Following the promise of renewal, you will witness the genesis of a new dawn. This is the birth of an entirely new era, a profound turning point where my light breaks through the lingering shadows with an intensity never before experienced. I know the human heart sometimes clings to the comforts of the familiar, but the old night is passing, and the brilliant rays of my truth are piercing the darkness, illuminating hidden paths and revealing unimaginable possibilities. I am ushering in this new dawn with a decisive, powerful surge, demonstrating my absolute sovereignty. Think of the moment just before sunrise. The darkest hour precedes the first hint of light, which then rapidly expands, banishing the night. This is the genesis of this new dawn, a moment of fresh creation, a powerful unfolding of my purposes that will redefine what is possible and reset the course of human history. This is a time when old patterns of limitation will be replaced by new paradigms of abundance and divine alignment. It is a season of unprecedented revelation where my wisdom will flow freely, my truth will be undeniable, and my presence will be palpably felt. Do not look for this dawn in familiar places. It is breaking forth from unexpected directions, requiring a fresh perspective. Embrace this new dawn's genesis with a heart filled with wonder and a spirit ready for radical transformation. You are not merely observers, but participants in this magnificent birthing. This is a call to shed the garments of yesterday, release the burdens of the past night, and step boldly into the radiant light of my new beginning. As the new dawn breaks, it brings fresh opportunities for service, growth, and the full actualization of your divine purpose. It is a time for unprecedented spiritual breakthroughs and a powerful expansion of my kingdom. Prepare your soul to walk in the pure, unadulterated light of my presence. This Genesis marks the beginning of a glorious chapter, a testament to my eternal power to create, renew, and transform all things according to my magnificent design. Rebuilding on firmer ground and a testament to resilience. My dearest child, as the new dawn breaks, your task and privilege will be to participate in rebuilding on firmer ground. This is not a mere repair of the old, but an intentional, divinely guided reconstruction, using the purest materials and the strongest foundations. I know the human tendency to revert to old ways, but the breaking and unraveling have served a profound purpose, to clear away the compromised and leave only the bedrock of my eternal truth upon which to build anew. I am calling you to be my co-laborers, manifesting my heavenly designs upon the earth, creating structures and systems that reflect my justice, peace, and righteousness. Think of a skilled architect who designs a new edifice with meticulous care, selecting the finest stone. This is the essence of the rebuilding I call you to, a purposeful, thoughtful, and spirit-led construction. This rebuilding encompasses physical structures, spiritual communities, relational bonds, and systems of governance. Like and share the video if you have trust in the words of the God. Subscribe to the channel if you love Jesus. Personally, it means reconstructing your beliefs on my unshakable word, reestablishing your priorities, and rebuilding your habits on principles of integrity and divine purpose. This is a time for deliberate action, spirit-led innovation, and radical commitment to excellence. You are building with me. Embrace this sacred work with diligence, discernment, and an unwavering focus on my blueprint. Do not be intimidated by the scale of the task, for my strength is your strength. This is a call to unity and collaboration for a world transformed by my presence. As you participate in this rebuilding, you will witness the emergence of communities of light and lives overflowing with my divine purpose. Prepare your hands and heart, for I am equipping you with every tool and insight needed to construct enduring legacies and lay foundations that will not falter. This rebuilding is a testament to my eternal commitment to renewal, transforming the landscape of existence with my glorious, unshakable presence. You have walked with me through the breaking and begun the sacred work of rebuilding, bearing witness to the scars that heal. Do not disengage from the final vital truths I yearn to impart. There is more to discover as my magnificent plan continues to unfold. As you participate in rebuilding, you will understand a profound truth about the journey, the scars that heal. This is not a denial of past pain, but a divine revelation of my transformative power, which transmutes every mark of suffering into a testament of my grace, wisdom, and a pathway to deeper empathy. I know the human tendency to hide scars, but my healing is so complete that it transforms these scars into beautiful narratives of my redemptive power, making them symbols of triumph. Think of a mighty tree that has weathered storms. Its scars do not weaken it. They tell a story of resilience and enduring strength. Similarly, your scars, emotional wounds, spiritual bruises, disappointments, do not diminish your worth. When touched by my healing hand, they become powerful markers of your journey, evidence of my faithful presence and my ability to bring beauty from brokenness. This healing is not about erasing the past, but transforming its meaning, allowing you to carry memories not as burdens, but as trophies of grace. Embrace your scars with gratitude, for they are living testimonies of my work within you. Do not fear their visibility. They tell a story of courage and my unwavering love. This is a call to deeper vulnerability and authenticity, allowing your healed scars to become a source of comfort and inspiration to others navigating their own pain. As you openly bear these marks, you become a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even the deepest wounds can be fully healed. Prepare your heart to let my healing light illuminate every past hurt, transforming it into a radiant sign of my enduring faithfulness. Lessons from the rupture and the spirit of reconstruction. My dearest child, as the scars heal and you stand upon firmer ground, fully absorb the profound lessons from the rupture. This is a deep spiritual excavation, a purposeful reflection that extracts timeless wisdom from the crucible of brokenness. I know the human inclination to rush past pain, but the deepest growth, strength, and discernment emerge from understanding the processes that cause things to break apart. I allow these ruptures to teach profound truths that could not be learned otherwise. Think of a skilled surgeon who reviews an operation to understand what went wrong and how to improve. This period calls for a spiritual review of systems, beliefs, and relationships that proved fragile. Examine hidden assumptions, compromises, and areas where you strayed from my divine principles. These lessons are vital for building resilient foundations. The discomfort of this reflection is temporary, but the wisdom gained is eternal, transforming every past wound into a powerful compass. Embrace these lessons with humility and a hunger for deeper understanding. This is a call to a new level of spiritual maturity, where you discern underlying spiritual principles. As you internalize these truths, you become equipped to navigate future challenges with greater wisdom and build with unshakable confidence. Prepare your spirit to distill profound insights from every past fracture, making every rupture a testament to my sovereign ability to extract wisdom from chaos. As you embody the lessons from the rupture, you will be filled with a potent, undeniable force, the spirit of reconstruction. This is a divine anointing, a creative impulse flowing directly from my heart, empowering you to participate actively in the rebuilding of all things according to my perfect design. I know the human spirit can feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of restoration, but my spirit within you is boundless, capable of bringing forth order from chaos and life from what seemed desolate. I am stirring this spirit within you, commissioning you as my co-laborers, granting you the vision, wisdom, and strength to manifest my heavenly blueprint. Think of a master builder who takes up his tools with renewed vigor and a clear vision. The spirit of reconstruction empowers you with divine insight, enabling you to see beyond the current brokenness into the glorious potential I have ordained. This spirit equips you with resilience, creativity, and a passionate zeal to see my kingdom established. It manifests as a renewed sense of purpose, unyielding hope, and an extraordinary ability to collaborate. This is a time for innovation, courageous action, and a willingness to pioneer new pathways. Embrace this mighty spirit of reconstruction. Do not hesitate in its prompting, for it carries the essence of my creative power. This is a call to active partnership and to step into the fullness of your divine calling as a builder of my kingdom. As you align with this spirit, you will find yourself moving with unprecedented clarity and effectiveness, transforming devastated landscapes into vibrant communities, broken relationships into strong bonds of unity, and dispirited souls into beacons of hope. Prepare your hands, heart, and mind for the profound joy of building with me. This spirit is your empowerment, guidance, and unshakable foundation for every act of creation. The ever-unfolding plan and final declaration. My dearest child, as you work with the spirit of reconstruction, your life will become a powerful testament to resilience. This is a divine characteristic forged in the crucible of my grace, revealing the unbreakable spirit I have placed within you. I know the human tendency to question one's strength in the face of adversity, but every scar you carry, every obstacle you have overcome, and every act of faith is weaving a narrative of profound strength, a living testimony to my unwavering presence and power. I allow you to walk through these fires, not to consume you, but to refine you. Think of an ancient oak tree standing proudly despite centuries of harsh winds. Its scars tell a story of resilience and enduring strength. Similarly, your resilience, born of my divine sustaining power, will stand as a beacon of hope. It manifests as unyielding hope, quiet courage, and an unwavering commitment to my truth. This is a living sermon preached with the very fabric of your transformed life, demonstrating that my grace is always sufficient. Your journey through the breaking and rebuilding solidifies your character, making you an unshakable pillar in my kingdom. Embrace this calling to be a testament to resilience with profound humility. Do not minimize your struggles, for through them your faith and inner fortitude were forged. This is a call to openly share your story, bear witness to my faithfulness, and extend comfort to others. As your life shines as a testament to resilience, you will draw many to the source of your strength. Prepare your spirit, my child, to exemplify unwavering endurance and inspire countless souls. Your journey through fire and water is the making of a living, breathing monument to my transforming power. My dearest child, as you stand as a testament to resilience, lift your gaze now to the grandest truth of all, the ever-unfolding plan. This is not a static blueprint, but a dynamic, living, and infinitely expansive tapestry, continually woven by my divine hand, revealing new depths of my wisdom and purpose throughout eternity. I know the human desire for certainty and a complete picture, but my plan is too vast and magnificent to be fully grasped in a single moment. It is a journey of continuous revelation, an invitation to perpetual wonder, and an eternal dance with my boundless sovereignty. Think of a breathtaking masterpiece of art that reveals new nuances with each viewing. This is the nature of my ever-unfolding plan, a divine work in progress, constantly revealing new layers of my eternal purposes. It encompasses grand historical epochs and the subtle, intimate details of your daily walk. This unfolding is driven by my unending love, my perfect wisdom, and my unwavering commitment to bring all things into their highest expression. Even as you celebrate restoration and the new dawn, there will always be more to discover and participate in. Embrace this grand, ever-unfolding plan with a spirit of childlike wonder and an insatiable hunger for what lies ahead. Do not cling to yesterday's understanding. My revelations are continually fresh. This is a call to a living faith, continuous growth, and profound trust in my leadership. As you surrender to the rhythm of my unfolding will, you will find yourself walking in unprecedented clarity, experiencing boundless joy, and participating in works that transcend your imagination. Prepare your heart to live in perpetual discovery and witness the magnificent, limitless continuation of my divine purpose. My plan for you knows no end, but only an ever-increasing glory. as you gaze upon the ever-unfolding tapestry of my plan, know that your journey with me is not passive. It is a living, breathing partnership. You've been brought through the breaking and the rebuilding. You've asked me, how can I be more deeply woven into this magnificent design? Every membership you embrace becomes a golden thread woven into the fabric of this mission, empowering my voice to reach countless souls. My promises are the bedrock of creation. Your act of divine partnership will resonate through the ages, accelerating my purposes and revealing my glory. I will multiply what you sow, not just financially, but in an overflowing harvest of peace, supernatural favor, and my protective presence. Now act, live, give, and let heaven move through your hands. Partner with me and watch what I do next. As the final echoes of my word settle upon your spirit, know that this divine conversation is meant to be profoundly experienced and actively responded to. You have walked with me through the trembling foundations, witnessed the unraveling, and embraced the promise of renewal. Now, my precious one, the time has come to seal these truths within your heart and declare your alignment with my unfolding purpose. A truth fully embraced demands a response, a commitment solidified by a declaration, and an active step into the transformation I have offered. This is an invitation for you to fully anchor yourself in the reality of what I am doing. Think of a sacred covenant where words are affirmed and sealed with an act of commitment. This is the essence of this final invitation. A call to make visible the invisible shifts within your soul, to vocalize the convictions I have stirred, and to plant your flag firmly on the ground of my truth. Your declaration holds power. It aligns your will with mine, draws strength from my spirit, and opens pathways for my blessings. This is a moment for courageous vulnerability, and to boldly affirm your readiness to walk with me through the breaking and into the rebuilding. Embrace this sacred opportunity to vocalize your commitment. Let your voice rise with confident conviction. Declare your alignment with this message. Speak it aloud, write it down, let it resonate. Perhaps you will declare, I am ready for what is about to break, for I trust in God's divine plan. Or I will rebuild on firmer ground with the spirit of reconstruction. Furthermore, I invite you to share this sacred moment. Your declaration can become a beacon of light, inspiring others and creating a ripple effect of faith. If these words have resonated with your spirit, I call upon you to make a tangible response. Leave a comment, proclaiming your readiness, trust, or commitment to walk with me through something is about to break. Let your declaration be a public or personal covenant, a sacred mark of your journey, and a powerful signal that a divine shift is indeed at hand. For every declaration of faith fuels the momentum of my unfolding plan, drawing more souls into the light. Declare it, my child, and watch as my power answers your trust. Amen. My beloved child, let this message not end with you. Extend it to someone walking through shadows. What you've received today is a reminder, a compass, a promise. The world may feel uncertain, but your purpose is unshakable. You are not lost, not overlooked. You are chosen, called, and capable of great things. If these words have lit a fire in you, subscribe and return. Every moment we spend together is a step deeper into understanding and hope. Share this gift with someone who needs to feel seen. Be their spark. And until next time, remain steadfast in love, brave in calling, and firm in the truth that you are never alone. Amen.